Hello. Guess it's kind of hard for you to see this part. This is like a little lazy thing. But I am a more of a spooky Wednesday Addams, I guess. Hi. How is everybody's night going? I just got back from a candlelit concert. It was like a string quartet concert. That was a lot of fun. And now my darling kitty cat is yelling at me to play with her. Scout Scout! But I was hoping that we could watch Josh Johnson's new little thing that he put out. Oh. All right. There we go.
I've been very excited about Halloween coming up.
Well, that's because you're also not subbed to my Twitch, Son of Ferdinand. It means that you haven't come into my channel very much if that's the first time you're seeing a commercial. Because if you're subbed, you don't see commercials. Duh.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite holidays. I love Halloween so much because it's just it's everything at once, all the cool stuff at once.
No.
It's the candy, it's the movies, it's the parties, it's all of it happening.
I guess you're not. If you saw
I remember
commercial, you were not subbed.
In college, there was a kid, this exchange student that had never experienced Halloween before. He had heard about it, but his country didn't really do it. And so he was very excited for Halloween. You know, he had seen horror movies before, but he hadn't watched horror movies in a marathon with a bunch of candy on the table in front of you. You know,
there we go.
He hadn't had the full experience. He hadn't dressed up and gone to the parties and stuff. He was very excited. He was especially excited to do the tricks, like do the pranks and stuff, right? And so there was one that we did in our dorm.
Yes, I could.
Where basically, you know, we're walking down the hallway of the dorm, and we realized how long the hallway is before we turn. And so we decided we would hang out at the turn of the hallway and just jump out and scare people as they were making the turn, right? And so we tell them like, hey, don't jump out too soon. You'll blow the whole thing, right? Gotta let them turn and everything, because it was basically a long hallway, a short turn, short little hallway outside, right? And so we're hanging out, and we told him specifically, we're like, we're gonna jump out and yell boo at them, okay? Boo, all right? So say boo when we say boo, right? And I don't know what got lost in translation, because it's one word and you think it would be simple. But instead of understanding what we said when we said we're gonna yell boo at them, he thought that we were gonna boo them. So one of our friends was coming down the hall, right? And we're like, get ready. And then we all, you know, have on our sheets as ghosts and everything. And then he turns the corner. We all jump out and yell, boo. And then he goes, you suck.
Tell me what you're doing for Halloween tonight.
Oh, you suck so much. Oh, you dumb guy. Oh, you stupid guy. Oh.
I'm a little bit buzzed. I don't usually drink, but I had a bit of wine.
Prank. And I don't know which one was worse, you know what I mean? Because with us, they got the jump scare. With him, they really left feeling differently about themselves. No, they're like, damn, do my parents really not love me? Like, this is wrong of me. I can admit that right now. All right.
Conserving energy for what? What are you doing this weekend? I am going to be doing my Halloween stream tomorrow night. I have my costume. All the pieces came in today. The only thing that kind of sucks is I won't be able to get the contacts that I wanted for the cosplay. But yeah, I'm going to be Power, specifically Nurse Power from Chainsaw Man. So, little devil nurse. Practice tomorrow. Oh, that's right. I still don't know if I want to go to that, but I guess I'd have to tell you ASAP, right? No, you have not watched Chainsaw Man. You should watch it though. It's on Hulu. Or you can come over and watch it. That wouldn't work because I'm supposed to be watching it with Jacob Harkey eventually, soon. I was supposed to start it actually yesterday with him, but we had the Percy incident and he is still probably sore. So he's just resting. He's been hiding all day in his little cave under his blanket.
Right. But another thing I really love about Halloween and the Halloween parties, especially when I lived in Chicago, was the fights. It's an amazing thing to go out and people are out at the bars and everything all dressed up, but then they get into the fights that you get into when you go out to bars and you get drunk. Everyone's still the same under the costume, you know? I can't tell you how funny it was to watch a fight that I saw. I lived in Chicago for 2 years at this point. It was Halloween, and I was just out. I think I had a show, and I was about to head home because I never stayed out too much later than I had my shows, right? And I don't know what started the fight, but as I'm walking outside from the club where I was doing the show, Sonic the Hedgehog was really having it out with SpongeBob, right? And a lot was being said. Like at one point, SpongeBob, said it. He just said it fully. He's like, say it with your chest, nigga. Tell me what's up. Huh? What's really hood, dog? For real, right? You don't expect SpongeBob to talk like this. You're talking a lot of trash for someone going up against somebody so fast, right? And then Sonic was like, look, I don't want any problems with you, all right? You and your ugly ass girlfriend, right? And I didn't see another person, but I did look, and just behind SpongeBob was Bowser, right? But the person in the Bowser outfit had really gone all out. So it wasn't just Bowser costume with my face. It was Bowser. It was Bowser like you go to an amusement park and it's Bowser. It's just fully Bowser, right? And so I'm like, where does the ugly come from? Or do you think his girlfriend is Bowser? And so then Sonic and SpongeBob get to squaring up, right? And it's already funny to watch drunk people fight when you can tell they're getting tired quick. You can tell they're not as coordinated. But watching drunk people fight in costume is how it should be every time. You know what I mean? We probably wouldn't even need drunk tanks if drunk people wanted to fight. We're like, okay. But you got to put on this SpongeBob outfit first. Because it was like watching two children fight because both their costumes were so padded, they really weren't getting hurt. SpongeBob had on these yellow arms with these yellow hands that were very squishy on the end. So I'm every time he punched Sonic, I was like, this man is not feeling knuckle. And Sonic was the same way, because Sonic has those big old gloves and everything. And so SpongeBob was more getting slapped with them. They were doing a lot of slap boxing. And if you think it's funny to watch a grown man get slapped, when watching Sonic the Hedgehog get slapped in the face by SpongeBob. But the best part, my favorite, was Bowser trying to break it up. You know what I mean? Like, no, baby, no. You have warrants. This is especially tough because, like, even if you're trying to call for help, right? You sound crazy. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're trying to call for help, you just on the phone, like, listen, officer. I don't know anybody's real name, but SpongeBob is busting up Sonic right now. Bowser can't get him off, okay? Sounds like a prank call. Oh. No, I also love going to like haunted houses, right? Learning the history and everything. It is weird who decides to be a ghost. Sometimes you hear a ghost story and you're like, that sounds terrible. I would never stick around Earth for that. Like that's, like those depressing ghosts when like, and then if you listen closely, you can still hear the woman that got jilted at the altar crying at the gazebo. No, I don't think that you would stay at the gazebo forever. I think you would be like, screw him. I'm going to the afterlife. I did a haunted tour one time, and it was okay. So basically, my friends and I, we rode around, and the tour was not good. The tour, instead of being on like the top of a bus or a walking tour or something, it was more like an Uber with all the windows open. Like, Cause we showed up at the pickup spot for the tour, and it was basically a Toyota Camry that looked like it had really been through it. And a little like, I don't even know what they're called, but the things that you put on the top of your car when you like drive for Domino's and stuff. One of those that said haunted experiences was on the top. So I was like, this is the vehicle. And now I understand why the biggest number for a group was 3. So we get in the car and we're driving by, and it takes a while for him to point out like the first location. I really think he forgot we were in the car. Like, this man's driving for a while, not saying anything to us, not asking us like how we found out about the tour or like how long we're in town or anything. My man's just driving. And then one of my friends is like, so when does it sort of start? And he goes, huh! He forgot we were in the car. And then he starts telling us these ghost stories, but all the ghost stories just, I'm not saying I need something gruesome or something like horrific, you know what I mean? But all of the stories that he was telling were just what seemed like clumsy accidents. He's like, okay, and in this house right here, this house was built in 1847. The homeowner who built it was coming down with a birthday cake for his daughter on her birthday, and he slipped on the steps, and he fell on the steps and died. It, cracked the back of his head on the steps, and the cake landed on his face. And they say that if you go outside of that building and hold up a birthday candle, you can hear him go, whoa, whoa.
To pause it for a second. These are the hair clips that I have. They're Wednesday themed hair clips. And then I also have ones that have like umbrellas and cellos on them.
Like every ghost story was a horrible accident. There was one where he was like, this house right here was built in 1856, and the homeowner wanted to have the first gas stove in the neighborhood. It was kind of a keeping up with the Joneses thing. Have the first gas stove in the neighborhood installed in her home, and she died making a quiche. He would also like stop telling the story at what is like, I couldn't tell if he was trying to do cliffhangers or if he was uninterested now, if we were bothering him, if he was trying to drive home and he realized we were in the car, because he's like, yeah, she passed away making a quiche. And I was like, how did she? Because I'm expecting this person had a heart attack or something like that. And also like, why would this be a ghost? This just sounds like a regular death. And it's like, oh, they say that her spirit is angry because the contractors sort of installed the gas stove wrong. So when she was making the quiche, it exploded. I guess you can stick around Earth for revenge for whatever reason, but this one seems kind of dumb, right? Finally, this dude, I can tell he's taking us in like almost like a figure eight of the city, right? Like of the first area, and then he goes around, but then he comes back and he's going like down streets he didn't go down before, but we're heading back to the drop-off point. And I can't tell if he like messed up and passed it initially or if it really is supposed to be in this design. But this dude, we get out of his car and then, you know, he's like, tips are appreciated. I was like, fair enough. And he's like, before you go, I got one more ghost story for you. There's a ghost that's been in your midst this whole time and you didn't even know it. Right? And I was like, what? What? Like, and I started counting out the stories. I was like, what do you mean? Like, is it the ghost with the exploding gas stove? Is it the ghost with the cake? Is it the ghost? There was one person that he told us about that like had lit a candle way too close to the curtains and was just, I started recalling all of them because I was paying attention because it was a very bad tour, right? And finally he goes, no. The ghost that's been in your midst the whole time was me. Which is a very scary thing to say. He goes, the ghost that's been in your midst this entire time was me. And we don't really know what to do with that. So like, even my boy was like, yeah, dog, you were driving, so I think you here. Like, I think you still alive, dog. And then as we're like about to walk away anyway, this guy points just behind us and goes, oh, look! And then we turn around, freaking out. This dude screams out of nowhere. And when we turn back, he was gone. And then this dude popped out of the alley like, that was pretty good, wasn't it? That was pretty good. For a second, you thought it. Like, for a second, come on. That's worth the tip. That's worth the tip. Yeah. But everyone doesn't experience Halloween equally at all. You know, sometimes Halloween brings out that one kid that like, we all enjoy Halloween, but there's one kid that waits for it in a different way. You know what I mean? I remember at school one time, they gave us the little safety knife thing. They let us carve up a pumpkin in class, like a little mini pumpkin. It was the 2000s. So we all carve a pumpkin, and some kids were so good. Some kids were like real artists, because a lot of kids did the exact little 2 triangles with the half circle for the mouth, and then they were done. Some kids got real creative with it and gave it eyebrows and stuff like that. But there was one kid in class. The teacher comes over and she looks at his jack-o'-lantern. She's like, ooh. And I couldn't tell if that was good or bad. I couldn't tell if he did like such a good job doing something gruesome that she was taken aback, or if he did such a bad job, she was like, I shouldn't have given you this. Your confidence is going to be ruined. And so he finally turns his jack-o'-lantern, and it's just busted, right? But then he looks up at us and he goes, I just like pulling the guts out. And our teacher was like, I'll take back the knife. Thank you so much.
Nice. That was great. What are you dressing up for Halloween if you're dressing up? I need to know, and I want to see pictures when you do dress up. Let's see. I want to show you all one of my favorite, or the trailer to one of my favorite werewolf movies. I don't know if anybody has ever seen Ginger Snaps, but this is seriously my favorite werewolf story. And I know a lot of people want to like usually say the cliche American Werewolf in London or something like that, but seriously, this indie movie, top tier. I love this. Go back to, there we go.
So, Fitz, I think we should get together.
No. Out by 16 or dead in the scene, but together forever.
United against life as we know it.
Maybe I'll watch this later tonight.
Let's get out of here.
What was it?
Big dog, maybe?
Whoa. Whoa, that's it. Whoa.
Think you see werewolves a lot?
Did I change last night? Howl at the moon.
How do you feel?
Wicked. This is a very confusing time for your sister. Boys, potty, trying to fit in.
Hey, take it easy. Who's the guy?
I think she's pretty.
It's really
If I was with her,
gruesome,
would
but
you
I love
eat her?
it.
Poor bee. I'm growing up, and obviously you're not.
Oh my god.
You think I want to go back to being nobody? You're so dead.
They're just being normal teenage girls.
I'm not dying in this room with you! I'm not dying!
She's gone.
You know, we're almost not even related anymore. So good.
Yeah. I love that movie. It's so good. Do you have a favorite scary movie? Leave it in the comments below. But I'm gonna head off and take my contacts out and get ready to go to bed soon. And I think I just... Did I lose you? Well, it seems that my computer decided to stop working for the moment. So I'm currently trying to get back into my computer and try this again. So sorry. I don't know why my computer has been crashing lately. All right. Back to StreamYard, guys. Oh my gosh, I need some water. There we go. All right, I'm back in. All right, so let's try. So my computer has decided that it doesn't want to, or actually All right. So nothing's working. So I'm just gonna go. Love you all. Bye.